All right, welcome back to the channel. Today, the Nivada Super Antarctic. Gonna go over this a little bit in detail, but we'll give a quick summary first. Case size 38 millimeters, lug to lug 45 millimeters, thickness 12, although, and that does count the double dome sapphire crystal, which sits slightly, ever so slightly proud of that bezel. It's got a Soprod P024 movement, 38 to 40 hours power reserve. We'll talk about that a little bit in detail in a minute, as well as the history. Milled clasp, very nice and secure. I really like the callback to the vintage JB Champion pull tabs. You see that on Forstner bracelets. That's a super cool nod. Got a very cool medallion on the back that we'll talk about here in a minute. Okay, Nivada. So, Nivada Grenchen was founded in 1926 in Grenchen, Switzerland. Where they really seemed to take off, yet in the 1950s was the Antarctic era. There was a lot of stuff going on as far as exploration goes. Explorer style watches were kind of really taking off as well, if I recall correctly on my time. U.S. Navy adopted Nivada watches for an operation called Deep Freeze. I don't know very much about the operation, but this was the path that led to the Antarctic line. So that's in the 50s. In the 60s and 70s, you had the Depth Master. Some of you guys are probably familiar with, like, the Pac-Man. Super cool watch. As a brand, they fell to the quartz crisis like everybody else. Most everybody else. After that, they were revived. It's been in the past few years. I don't remember the exact date, but two entrepreneurs bought rights and everything to bring these back. And this is, in my opinion, one of the more undertold stories of a brand resurrection, because these guys are doing it, in my opinion, they're doing it right, man. They're really nailing the historical tie-in to their pedigree, even though it's a completely different company owned by different people. I think they're doing a fantastic job of maintaining the spirit. So back to specs. So I've got a 7.5 inch wrist. Let's take this Raymond rail off real quick. 7.5 inch wrist, 38 mil. Wears a little bit bigger. And I say 38 mil. I hadn't put calipers on it. That's just what it was listed online. I think the wearing is very nice experience. You get, even though it's 12 mil thick, come on camera, focus for me, baby. Yeah, there we go. Even though it's 12 mil thick, you get these little, I would call almost like relief cuts. So as it sits on your wrist, the perceived presence is less because of that, but it's not, it's a fairly low sitting watch. I like the no date feature. I like dates on my watches, but I also like having a balance of a no date. It is very nice to get one and take off. Legibility, fantastic. Lume's good, super luminova. It does tend to do what a lot of super luminovas do. Very strong the first few minutes, tapers down, but then plateaus at a nice readable consistency. So we were talking about the Operation Deep Freeze that really kind of got Nivada tied in with the military. There's a nice little Antarctic medallion on the back that shows that. Super cool. Got some icebergs in the background. Very cool. Very few things about, there's really only one thing about this watch that I don't care for. So, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it has to do more with my giant gorilla hands. But, so the way this crown's designed, got the onion crown, beautiful. Like that, good knurling. Got the Nivada logo. The only problem is, for getting it down, the crown tightened, I have to really work. Like, that's actually one of the better times that's ever happened on video, but at all, because with that onion crown, I can't seem to get, because it's so small, I'm really struggling to get purchase on it. Now, once it pops out, Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Everything's just fine and dandy. But just getting it back in there. That sounded horrible. Oh my God. Anyways, just getting it back in there, a little bit of a chore. Other than that, there is nothing I would change about this watch. It wears fantastic. It is extremely versatile. It is super legible. It has a Soprod P024 movement. So you're looking at 38 to 40 hours power reserve, 28,800 vibrations per hour. So, you know, you're looking at, this is very similar to an ETA 2824-2 or a Sellita SW200-1. It's a workhorse movement, you know. It's good for what it does. So I have one other watch that I classify like this. I have an Antarctic style watch, a Ball Engineer 1917 endurance model. I'll talk about it another day, but there's something about Antarctic exploration watches that I find endearing. I don't really know why, but I really like them. So won't talk too much more about this. Oh, one thing, the factory beads of rice bracelet, fantastic. The only thing I would say, maybe get away from push pins. I believe those are push pins, yeah. But, you know, you're looking at pricing. I want to say with the bracelet, don't quote me, somewhere between $1,000 to $1,200. Maybe, let's call it $1,100, but you can go check their site. In my opinion, you know, around the $1,000 mark is where I see watches make or break as to whether they're actually worth it or not. Yeah, this was all day worth it. I wear this guy quite often, and that white dial pops so well. You can see it a mile away, and people comment on it, and it's not watch people, so that's pretty nifty. It's very rare that happens, at least in my day-to-day. All right, that's all we got for today. Nivada Super Antarctic. Hopefully a new video soon. Thanks for watching.